G'day ladies and gents. Look, I'll kick things off with the scene that's freshest in me mind from Season 3 Episode 5, Kissed by Fire, the bloody Jaime and Brienne hot tub scene. I have enjoyed their journey, seeing them antagonise one another whilst very subtly building respect for one another, but this is the greatest moment of development in their relationship, and probably for Jaime as a character, because he completely opens up. He puts aside his snide comments and insults, and he talks to Brienne like she's a friend he's never had, but has probably desperately needed for, well, probably for fucking ever. His dialogue is delivered in the form of a shit-hot soliloquy, but Brienne is present. She is someone outside of his close-knit family and royal life that he can start to be honest with. It's a 4.5 minute scene, I think, and it's just so well acted by Nikolai Coster-Waldau and Gwendoline Christie. Their characters are stripped naked in more ways than one. It's exciting to watch this when you're a book wanker and you got a friend who isn't, because you get to see their reactions, to see how Jaime is becoming a likeable top bloke character. This episode was a real beaut overall, getting more insight into the personal life of Stannis with his batshit crazy missus and social outcast daughter, and seeing the Ygritte-Jon relationship finally heat up a bit was fun. Tywin dropping the news that Tyrion will marry Sansa is a splendid twist. Every scene pushed various stories forward big time in this episode.
It's the weight of the world I know, as I struggle to be whole.
Jumping back, other awesome scenes in previous episodes have been most of the Lannister ones, to be honest. They're a fucked up mob, so yeah, that makes them super duper fascinating. The Cersei and Tyrion scenes have been great. The mind games going on are so well acted. I mean, Lena Headey and Peter Dinklage just kick it in the dick every time they're in front of the fucking camera. Tyrion knows that she tried to have him whacked during the Blackwater battle, and he's out to try and prove it, but she's forever worried about what he will run off and tell their dad. Although she doesn't really need to worry about that too much, because the relationship between Tyrion and his dad is so bad, Tywin will never take him that seriously. And Charles Dance is another actor that kicks it in the dick every time he's on screen. He's just brilliant. It's just the worst father-son relationship I've ever seen, fictional or otherwise. In episode 4, titled And Now His Watch Has Ended, aside from the big rebellion in the Night's Watch, I really liked the final scene in this episode where Daenerys kicks some ass. It was great to build this dude up as a slimy fuckhead for 4 episodes and just see it turn around. All credit to Dany for outsmarting him, but I do think he is such a dumbass to think he could just adopt a dragon from the mother of dragons. I like how she whipped out her native Valyrian language as well. That was awesome. The dragon's growing and getting all fire breathy as grouse. Yeah, she spends a lot of time walking around and talking strategy with her sidekicks, that any time the action steps up with her plot, I'm won over again that shit isn't all that boring across the narrow sea. La, 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 la. I put it to riot. 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 In episode 2, Dark Wings, Dark Words, I thought Catelyn got to have some strong moments, talking about her hatred of Jon Snow when Eddard brought him home long ago, and how her hatred of him could be why the Starks are having such bad luck. She definitely should quit hating on the bastard. It's been nice seeing more of Robb as King of the North, seeing him reflect Eddard with honour and all of that stuff, and making the chopping off of heads his responsibility. It's good shit. I gotta be a bit worried though that he's burning bridges with allies quite fast. I don't know if Ned would burn that many bridges, talking about taking over Casterly Rock and trying to get Walder Frey back on side, even though he didn't marry one of Frey's daughters. So that'll be interesting to see where that goes. I don't know where that will go. I know exactly where it's going to go. There has been very little of Littlefinger for these first 5 eps, but there is always talk of him. His presence is still quite strong. Every time Varys or whoever tries to prevent his power, he quickly appears to debunk strategies with the help of various spies and turn things his way again. He's like ASIO, the spy agency in Australia that's gonna start monitoring everyone's internet. Yeah, he hasn't been in a heap of scenes, but you feel he's always watching or listening. He's the classic behind the curtain politician, totally made sure that Sansa won't be marrying Loras. She will have to marry Tyrion, but at least that keeps her nice and close for Pedo the Creepo to manipulate as required. Anyhow, let's get into some of the juicy shit you all know I love discussing. What have the episodes been about? What are the bloody themes? For me, this season is a pretty direct continuation from season 2, episodes 9 and 10, you know, and the overarching season theme feels pretty clear from episode 1. It's labelled Valar Dohaeris, which is fucking Valyrian for all men must serve. These episodes have all had strong storylines to do with being a servant or serving your people when you are a leader. Think of Rickard Karstark and Robb Stark. Jaime killed Rickard's son, so Rickard wants King Robb to kill 2 young Lannisters for revenge. There is conflict between leader and a bloke who said he'd served the king. In fact, Robb goes through conflict with Edmure as well, who takes matters into his own hands and starts a battle instead of serving Robb's strategies. Roose Bolton is not feeling well served by Robb either. The theme carries on outside of Robb Stark's army too. Bronn discusses wanting more money because he serves Tyrion as a pretty kick-ass sellsword. Pod serves Tyrion and saved his life serving him, so Tyrion makes sure Pod is served in return. Jon acts like he's serving the wildlings, but he's still serving the Night's Watch. Brienne serves Lady Catelyn by escorting Jaime back to King's Landing. Shae serves Sansa. Jorah and Barristan have a bit of conflict in regards to who would be the best serving Dany. A whole army of Unsullied now serve Dany. Dragons serve fucking no one, they just toast them. Davos tries to get back to Stannis so he can serve for the one true king. Marjorie talks to kids whose fathers died serving Joff in the Blackwater battle. Talisa is a nurse that will serve anyone if they're injured, even them little Lannisters that Rickard does go on to fucking kill. Carl Tanner and some of the Night's Watch decide not to serve anymore and kill Lord Commander Mormont. Valar Dohaeris is everywhere. Sometimes it's functional and sometimes it's incredibly dysfunctional. And Varys schemes away more than ever as he says that he serves the realm. All men or women must serve. Or not. Anyway, you could always say, oh, Game of Thrones, it's slow, things are moving along slow, but there's a lot of mind-fucking going on, and we've had some great scenes. I think Kissed by Fire, that episode 5, the Jaime and Brienne hot tub scene, nothing beats that at the moment. That was hands down the best episode so far. So thanks very much, I'll keep releasing these slowly but surely, and have a good one, folks. Bye.